Good morning, dear viewers of Maritimafrica Live. Thank you very much for being with us this morning. And we have a special program dedicated to help you to understand better the new ECTN platform, management platform at the Port Authority of Cotonou. And to do this, I have with me this morning Mr. Tim Michielsen. Mr. Tim Michielsen has been working in the maritime sector for more than 10 years. His first responsibility was the organization of training according to the STCW standard of the IMO. After 2 years, he evolved into a new role when he had the opportunity to assist African governments in the implementation and operation of software solutions in the maritime industry, such as electronic cargo tracking note ECTN and single window systems, as well as the training of end users. Currently, he works as senior consultant for Port of Antwerp Bridges International, advising customers on the implementation and roll-up of IT program. Mich Tim Michielsen, directly from Antwerp. Good morning, Tim. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning, Carlos.
Yeah, it's good to have you this morning here on
Thank you, thank you.
our
It's a pleasure
program.
being here. Thank you.
Yeah, and to start with, I would like to ask the ECTN at the Port Authority of Cotonou is part of the Port Information System. Can you tell us a little bit about this system and what are its objectives? Jim, are you with us?
Okay, let me give you a brief introduction on the SIP project. SIP.
We are facing some issues. He is facing rather some issues on his network. Tim, can you hear me? Tim, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so go on. Tell us a little bit about the port information system. Tim?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. We are listening to you.
Yes. So as I was saying, so the
We lost him once more. I am.
launched by the government of Benin. So in the framework of this project are the reforms that are taking place in Benin, also in the port sector, and the electronic cargo tracking node platform is a part the
Uh,
SIP project.
uh, um,
So its main objective
Tim?
is to make
Tim,
sure.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We lost you at different moments. So can you start again because we lost some of the words.
Okay. All right. So see, let me get back to the SIP project. So
Yeah.
the current
We lost him once more. I think we will try to do it without the camera.
système d'information.
Tim, can you start?
This
Can we try?
project was launched
Tim,
by the
Tim.
government of Benin in at the end of 2021, and the main objective of the SIP project is to harmonize all and the ECTN
Tim, we lost you.
of the SIP.
Tim,
And then at the same time, one of the other objectives is also to oh, okay, I'm going to deactivate my
yeah,
camera.
Tim, we lost you. Yeah, without your camera, I think. Try to do it and we'll see. Yeah, Tim, we are listening to you.
Issue. So I please confirm that you can hear me fine.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, okay, thank you. Yeah, apologies. Let me start over. Yeah, Carlos has introduced me. So thank you for
We still have the same.
cargo tracking node is
Uh,
part of a
uh,
broader project which
Tim,
is called SIP.
Tim,
Uh, and SIP stands for Système d'information portuaire. And oh,
Tim, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, we are
Uh,
facing the same issues. I don't know what we can do.
I think there is a connectivity issue again.
Yeah, we will try to see. Dear viewers, we will try to put a hold on this program and just stay with us. He will be back with us in some minutes. And for all those who just join us, we are with Mr. Tim Michielsen, who is a senior consultant at Port of Antwerp Bridges International. And we are talking about the new electronic cargo tracking nodes management platform at the Port Authority of Cotonou. We had this program in French last Thursday, and today we are having it in English with Mr. Tim Michielsen. And we hope that we will quickly solve this problem that he's having with his network. Yeah, Tim, welcome back.
Yeah, well, okay, thanks again. I hope it's it's resolved.
Yeah,
So my apologies for that.
yeah, let's go.
Okay, let me just start over again.
Yeah.
So Carlos has just introduced the ECTN and the SIP project. So let me give you some background information on the ECTN and the SIP project. So the SIP project, which stands for Système d'information portuaire, port information system, is a project that was launched by the Beninese government. The Beninese government is currently uh, very busy with reforms, economic reforms, social reforms, a lot of reforms, and one of the major reforms are related to the port sector. So that's very important to know. And the Council of Ministers decided in 2021 to launch the SIP project. Now, the main objective of the SIP project is to digitalize the processes more and more. So there are different operations taking place, and there is still a lot of manual work being done. And through the digitalization of those information streams, they want to make everything more efficient. And so that's the main objective of the SIP project. Uh, Now, in the port, there are quite some systems used, and the Beninese government wants to make sure that these systems exchange data with each other in a very smooth way. Now, the ECTN in itself is part of the SIP project. ECTN stands for Electronic Cargo Tracking Node, and we can consider the ECTN as the entry point, the start point of the SIP project. So it is a very important system that already collects a lot of data that ensures traceability of the goods even before they arrive in Cotonou. So in that, as such, it's an ideal starting point of the SIP project. It contains a lot of valuable data for the government. So.
Okay, thank you very much, Tim, for this explanation. Okay, when we talk about ECTN generally, what are we referring to?
Yeah, so the ECTN stands for Electronic Cargo Tracking Node. In the past, this used to be a paper process. Now we have a platform that is being used for that. So it used to be CTN, cargo tracking. Now it's ECTN, Electronic Cargo Tracking Node. Now the main objective of this platform, of this system, is to collect data of all the goods that will come to the port of Cotonou. So it is mandatory for all shippers abroad to create an ECTN for all their shipments going to Cotonou. Now, this has a great advantage for the port authority, is they will have access to the data prior to the arrival of the vessel in Cotonou. And at the same time, locally in Cotonou, they can use those data to compare the data in the ECTN platform with the data in other platforms. So they can, for instance, see if there is something suspicious or something that is not clear. They can use the data and perform an analysis on that. So that is one big advantage for the port authority. And also, it will contribute to the production of statistics. That's also one of the main goals. The Ministry of Transport, for instance, asks statistics to the port authority, and the ECTN platform, which contains a lot of data, will also help in that regard. And there is also a third important aspect to be taken into consideration. So I already said it's the entry point, the starting point, the ECTN platform. So you cannot clear your goods without an ECTN. So it is very important to have your ECTN. Otherwise, customs will reject or will say, okay, you need your ECTN, otherwise you cannot start the formalities to clear your goods locally.
Thank you very much, Tim. And since the 1st of January this year, the Port Authority of Cotonou has changed its platform. Why did they choose to do that?
Yeah, that is actually a very good question. Before the 1st of January, they worked with an intermediary party. So the platform did not belong to the Port Authority. Now this has changed as from January 1st. The Port Authority uses a platform that they own themselves. So this will help realizing the objectives of the SIP project. So because the data are so important for this project, the PAC needs to take things into their hands, and taking over the platform itself is one of the key steps in order to realize the objectives of the SIP project as well. So it's mainly taking things into control in order to make sure that the reforms as established by the government can be realized.
Okay, so if we understand it very well, it means that this platform enables the governments or the authorities to have more controls on the different informations on data.
Yeah, exactly. That is correct.
And why do they want so much to have more controls? What will they give them?
Yeah. So
Will this
that's
give them?
also, yeah, that's also a good question. So this is also related to the local context. So you still have a lot of manual work going on, and at the same time you have platforms. So you have actually a lot of data scattered around. If the port authority can take everything into their hands, they will have an overview on all the information streams. And if all those streams are captured in different platforms, then it becomes easier for the port authority and for the government to supervise those streams.
Oh, okay, so with this system, no, all the data are centered at the same place so that it can be more managed and more controlled.
Exactly, exactly. And there will be a data platform. So that's also another milestone of the SIP project, is to set up a data platform that allows the PAC to bring together all the data of the different systems, and in one click they can have an overview of what is happening.
Okay, thank you very much. And tell us, what are the requirements of this new platform?
Yes. So yeah, we started on the 1st of January. So there is of course a transition period. There are of course some difficulties, of course, because the pack is taking things into their hands. So, but I was in touch with various yeah, users of the platform, and yeah, they expressed that they were happy with the way it looks. It works quite smoothly. There is no almost no downtime. That's also very important because it's a platform that is used on an international scale. So that means even at midnight or 2 a.m. in the morning, there are users creating ECTN from China to the United States. So a lot of users from different continents. And yeah, in general, they are satisfied with how the application looks. Yes.
And what are the major differences or the major improvements from the last platform to this new platform?
Yes. So first of all, there are now different methods to pay your ECTN. So it used to be done via wire via bank transfer, but now you can also pay by credit card. And for 7 countries in West Africa, you can also pay by mobile money, which is
Okay.
very
Yeah.
known in West Africa. So that's already a major improvement. And then we also worked on the improvement of the grouping ECTN, which is specifically developed for each CTN. So maybe I can give some context. In Cotonou, Cotonou receives a lot of second-hand cars. It's one of the biggest markets in West Africa for second-hand cars. So the shippers in generally, yeah, they want to create one ECTN that covers all the cars, and so there is a specific functionality developed, and yeah, in the past months we have implemented this functionality, and we have improved it considerably. Yeah. So that's also another example of a major improvement. And of course, there's also it's easier to communicate as well through the platform. So we have developed a flash info, which is a kind of ribbon that appears on your screen to inform you about
The
very
updates.
informative, yeah, indeed, about very important information. So it's very yeah, it's for us. It's very important to communicate on a regular basis, and the platform allows us to do so. Yeah.
Okay, we can understand better this new platform with you later on with the
Yes.
demonstration. But before then, what are the main difficulties that users have been encountering since you launched this new platform?
Yeah. Yeah. So if it concerns entering the data in the platform, there is almost no difficulty. There are some minor, yeah, small difficulties that we can answer quite quickly. But in general, I must say that it's more related to the payments. So that takes some time because there has been a change. Now all the payments need to be done to one by bank transfer to one central account. And there is a kind of administrative burden that can slow down the processing of your payment. So there we are trying to work very hard on on, on helping the forwarders to get their account credited as soon as possible. And I think that is actually the the most or the biggest difficulty at the moment that we are facing. But the team is working very hard on making this more efficient. Um, and for the rest, I think if you look at the platform, there are not that many questions about the platform itself. It's seen, it's considered as a smooth platform. It's quite easy to enter all the data. So the payments, that's the most challenging thing at the moment.
Okay, before we continue with the strategies put in place and the demonstration, and to let you prepare for this demonstration, we will also look at this institutional video from Authority of Cotonou. See you back.
Yeah.
Welcome back to this program dedicated to the new electronic cargo tracking note management platform at the Port Authority of Cotonou. And with us, we have Tim Michielsen, who is a senior consultant in at the Port of Antwerp Bridges International. And we will quickly get on the demonstration of this platform. But before then, Tim, we would like to know if there is a strategy put in place in order to make this new platform more efficient and more profitable.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So of course, we first had to start with phase one. So there, the strategy was to build the new platform. So it is the new basic version of the platform. So that was the first important step to the first important milestone to achieve before you can further build on what you have. So we we managed to do so um, within the delays. So we were able to start on the 1st of January. Uh, but it doesn't end there. So in light of the SIP project, which is the main driver behind the strategy, we need to make sure that the ECTN platform can also talk with the other systems that are used in the port platform of Cotonou. So now we have entered phase two, which allows us to create the necessary interfaces with other platforms. So the goal is there to reduce the number of manual work and to make the sharing of data more efficient. So the strategy for ECTN is very much related to the strategy and the objectives of the SIP project. And of course, as you know, and platforms nowadays they change very quickly. So we take into account the user feedback as well. We have received a lot of useful feedback from users, and we try to implement that and to develop new functionalities based on the feedback, the useful feedback of users as well. So I hope that that answers your question.
Yes, yes, you answered the question. Now we will get to the demonstration of how this new platform works, how users can get access to it, and do the different operations.
Okay, perfectly. I will share my screen to do so.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to all those who are listening, who are watching us, you can ask any question to Tim. If you have any questions, you can ask them in the comments and he will answer you.
Can you see my
Yeah,
screen?
yeah, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. The Port Autonome de Cotonou, the Port Authority of Cotonou, has developed a website, a dedicated website to the ECTN, on which you can find all the useful information that you need to know. And on this page, which you can also consult in English and in French, you can find this section, login. So if you want to log in into the ECTN platform, you need to click on this section, and then you will see this page. So this is the login page. That is a very common login page. And then here below, you will find, if you are a new user, you will see that you can create a new company account here. So if you have a shipment to Cotonou and you do not have a user account yet, you can click on create a new company account, which allows you to fill in a form to sign up. So just need to fill in all the information that is being required, and then you click on sign up. So this is the process for new users. If you already have an account, then you simply click on sign in here, and then you fill out your email address and your password, and then you can click on sign in. So it's that is a very simple part, of course. So now I have logged in myself as a forwarder. So when I log in, the first thing that I will see is the dashboard. So the dashboard gives you an overview of all the useful information and the actions that are awaiting you. So first of all, you have access to the ECTN status management. As uh, many of the forwarders already know, each ECTN can have different statuses. So once you start creating an ECTN, the status will be ECTN draft. So once you have finalized the creation of your ECTN, you can submit it. You can submit it. So then the status will change into submit, and then the PAC will take over the job, and they will check if your ECTN has been created correctly according to the regulations. So if that is the case, they can validate your ECTN. If it's if the ECTN has not been submitted correctly, they will reject it and they will state the reason why. So you can find the number of rejected ECTN then here. Now, it can also happen that a validated ECTN still needs to be corrected. So in that case, what you can do is you can submit a correction request. So the number of corrections requests can be found here. And then the PAC will take over again and they will assess your request. And once they consider it valid, they will validate it, and then your ECTN will be reopened. At this stage, you can enter the ECTN and modify the information that needs to be changed. So, and then secondly, as a forwarder, I also have access to the financial management because the ECTN needs to be paid. So in order to do so, most of the forwarders, they buy credit in advance, which they can pay by bank transfer, credit card, or mobile money. And then here they will see the amount that is available, the amount of credit that is available, and here the number or the credit that is pending. So I will show you later on how you can purchase credit. And then also here you can see the credit that is available on your account. So this dashboard is very useful. It will give you an instant overview of all the information that you need to know. Now, of course, as a forwarder, it's important to know how to create an ECTN, and then you need to go to this section. Section is called ECTN requests. So if you click on it, you will see that you have the possibility to create an individual ECTN and the grouped ECTN. Now I will start with the individual ECTN. So here you see that you can create a new ECTN. And actually what you need to do there is you need to fill in all the fields. So it's all the information related to your shipment. For example, for the first section, which is called shipment, you fill out the bill of lading number, you select the currency, which is a drop-down, the Incoterm, the country of origin, and the freight payment type. So once you have done that, you can go to the next step. And as a forwarder, you need to fill in all the fields that are detailed in those steps. So, okay, I will not go into too much detail. So the second way of filling in ECTN is by clicking on grouped ECTN. So I already explained this before. This functionality has been developed for forwarders who ship multiple cars. So they can click on the grouped ECTN. And then as a third subsection, you have the list of ECTN. So if I click on that, here I will find an overview of all the ECTN that I have created. And here you have a very useful search function. You can select a number of filters. on which you want to search, like for example the bill of lading number or the ECTN number. And then if you fill in, for instance, the bill of lading number, I will apply the filter here. If you fill in the bill of lading number, then you will find the ECTN that covers the bill of lading. And also here you have an overview of the correction requests, which you can also find on your dashboard, as I already showed you before. So this is as far as the ECTN requests are concerned. So early before, I also made a reference to the flash info. So here in red, there is useful information passing by on the screen. This will allow the pack to communicate important information to the users. So you can find this also back here under news. So here the pack can post also new topics. So we invite all forwarders, all users to check the news section on a regular basis. So for instance, information on the phone number. So that is all very useful information. So I already talked about the credit. It would be good that I can show you how you can request credit. Then I need to go to transactions. So this is like the financial section of the ECTN platform. So if you click on transactions, you will see three subsections: new transaction, transaction history, and invoices. So if I click on new transaction, you see that I can purchase credit. So here I can enter the amount. So it's in euros. And then I have three options: credit cards, mobile money, or bank transfer. So if I choose bank transfer, then a pro forma invoice will be generated. So if I click on mobile money, then you will pay with your mobile phone. And if I click on credit card, then you can pay with Visa or MasterCard. So that is the new transaction. You can also find an overview of all your transactions here under transaction history. So this is a test account, so there are no real data available. So you can find an overview. If you pay in ECTN, if you purchase credit, you can find all the financial transactions back here. And there is also a search function that you can use, and you can even export all the data to an Excel file. And then thirdly, you have an overview of all the invoices. So here you will find back an overview of all the pro forma and all the final invoices for your account, of course. So this is as far as the transactions section is concerned. So I already talked about the news section. Then it's also good to show you the support section, which contains the manual, for instance, which is very handy for users that want to know a little bit more about how to fill in ECTN and on what to do. Maybe it's also good to talk about HS codes, IMDG, brands, countries, and ports. For certain users, it is important to be able to search on the HS code. This is an international code that is being used to classify your goods. So, and you need to insert the HS code when you create an ECTN. So here under support, the users are able to search on a code themselves. And when they create the ECTN, they can use that code. So this has been implemented a couple of weeks ago. upon request of users. So this is a very concrete example of what we do with user feedback. And you get the same for IMDG codes, brand, countries, and ports. And then lastly, I will show you the administration section. So every company has an admin, and that admin can also create users for that same company. So you can do that here. So if you have a team of 2 or 3 people, then you can add extra accounts for the same organization here. And here you have an overview of all the parties that you need to add when you create ECTN. So on the bill of lading, there is a shipper, there is a consignee, there is a notify. We call those parties, and you can manage those parties right here. So yeah, this is a short demo of how the application works. In case of questions, you're very welcome, and I will try to do my best to answer those.
Thank you very much, Tim Michielsen, for this demonstration, and thanks to all the people who are watching this program from Morocco, from Benin, from India, and from Togo, from Cameroon, from Senegal. Thank you all. So, is there anything else you would like to add for all our viewers to better understand this new platform?
Well, I think you need to consider the international aspect. So we receive a lot of feedback, and we are trying to actively integrate all the feedback of the users. As you know, I already stated that before. Platforms, they change all the time. They can be modified. They are not as static as they used to be. So we would like to yeah to invite all the users to give their feedback, and we will also work on it. We have a very dynamic team, and if there are difficulties, we also invite the users to contact us, and we will try to help you as soon as possible. And I must also add that this is only the beginning phase. So yeah, we need to adapt ourselves a bit to this new context, and we need to take into account that we also need to realize the objectives of the SIP project. So we will make sure that the necessary interfaces are being developed. So it's the start of a very beautiful story for the Port Autonome de Cotonou, for the Port Authority of Cotonou. So it's very exciting.
Okay, so we should also say that you work also as a consultant for the port.
Yes, yes.
In terms of
yeah, we work in a partnership with the government of Benin. So we have been asked to manage the port of Cotonou for a couple of years. So we are involved in all the projects, and yeah, we really enjoy working in Benin. We have a local team there as well, and we send many colleagues on a very regular basis to Cotonou to make sure that all the projects are being followed up, and that we can sit together with our Beninese friends. Yeah, it's really nice. We are really enjoying it.
Okay, thank you very much, Tim Michielsen. Thanks to the Port Authority of Cotonou for giving us this opportunity to exchange with our viewers of Maritimafrica live on this new platform. And thanks for their trust in Maritimafrica Live. And I think we got a question. What went into the success of this new management platform? A question from Pretty Jacqueline Etona. She's from PAMA, Potem Maritime Agenda.
Okay, so yeah, I must say that we uh, have yeah worked intensively together for 5 to 6 months to make sure that this platform can be developed. So um, we worked with a developer that works according to the agile method. So that means that every 2 weeks, uh, new developments are being deployed, which allows us to work very fast. So we have some time to define everything that's needed. Then we test it, and then we launch, and then the second sprint starts, and so on. And so we were able um, to develop the platform really fast. And of course, there's also yeah, I have to stress again the importance of the SIP project. There are very strict deadlines, so there was uh, quite some pressure to make sure that everything happens. And yeah, in the port sector and also in logistics and shipping, uh, yeah, speed is very important. So yeah, we try to work as fast as possible, but also taking our time to make sure that everything gets described in technical documents, and so that the developer also knows, okay, so that is what they want, and this is how I'm going to develop it. Let's test it. So there was really a good and smooth exchange between all the parties involved, also from the local SIP team. So we worked intensively together on several topics. So yeah, it was a very good cooperation.
Okay, thank you, Jacqueline, for this question. And to all our viewers, if you have any question about the ECTN, you can contact info@besk.bg or call the ECTN commercial service on the number that is on our screen. Thank you once again, team, and thanks to everybody, to everyone of you, our viewers. We would like also to thank our partners from of Maritimafrica, Africa Desk, and Marine Land, marine equipment suppliers. And to finish this, we will watch another, once more, a video from the port of Cotonou. Tim Michielsen, your last word before we finish this program.
Yeah, thank you, Carlos. It was a real pleasure to be invited. So it's always exciting to talk about new projects, and yeah, the ECTN project. Yeah, it's. I need to stress that it's very international. So it's also important for the Port Authority of Cotonou to open up more to what's happening in the world. And I think that the ECTN is an excellent opportunity to do so.
Thank you also for accepting this invitation,
Welcome.
and see you next time for another edition. Bye.
Bye.